We have some Buster Blader shenanigans for you today. That's something I didn't think I would say. We have Spriggans back at it again, and Evil Eye takes center stage. Alright, to the 30% of you that have not smashed the ever-loving crap out of that subscribe button, smash it so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So the first one we're going to be looking at here is like a Bisteel, pretty heavy Bisteel packaged out Dragon Link / Buster Blader deck. So, I mean, your entire purpose is you want to establish the Buster Blader lock on your opponent and lock their extra deck so that they can't actually get a chance to play the game. Is it fun, interactive? I mean, it's something. Alright, like, Modern Era Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't get a lot of, like, crazy option trees out here, so you kind of just take what you can get out here. So we have one copy of the Absurautor Dragon with triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyspring, one Collapse Serpent with 2 copies of Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordmaster. We have triple copies of Buster Whelp. We have 2 copies of Druis Worm with triple copies of Magna Hut. We have one little Chaos Dragon Lavineer with 1 copy of the Buster Sword. You already know where we're going with this. We have 1 copy of Legatus with triple copies of Remus, triple copies of Effect Veiler with 1 copy of the Grand Tusk Dragon. We have 1 Rocket Recharger with 1 Rocket Synchron, 2 copies of Rocket Tracer, and 1 copy of the Wyvern Buster. And we also have 1 Boot Sector, triple copies of Chaos Space, 2 Dragon Ravine, triple Quick Launch. We have 1 Destruction Sword Memories, triple Infinite Permanents, and triple copies of Prologue of the Destruction Swordmaster. And then we have 1 copy of Triple Burst, 1 Striker Dragon with 1 Protector Whelp. We have 1 Heretic Spheres, 1 Pisty with 1 Romulus, 1 Dahark, 1 Borlin, 1 Axis Machine with 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, 1 Gatorge, 2 Buster Dragons, your 1 Borlin Savage, and your 1 Buster Blader, the Destruction Dragon Destroyer 9000 machine. Then we have 1 Pinkertops, triple Gamma with 1 Driver. We have 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, triple piece of Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Dark Ruler No More, 1 copy of Good Old Harpy's Featherduster, and triple copies of Evenly Matched here, wrapping up, well, your very interesting take for Buster Blader. Next up here, we have Spriggans and Cyberstein and Sprite Guys. Yeah, the whole gang is effectively here. Now remember, this does have an extra effect that lets you special summon a Spriggan from the deck. A lot of people, I guess, don't like pay attention to that clause on Smashers because they're like, oh, Smashers must banish opponents' cards. Which, I mean, is great. Don't get me wrong, but like, you are going to get like multi-dimensional layers of good effects on this. So this deck actually is kind of really nice to see, you know, returning back into the metagame here as another challenger for what we're seeing here. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyspring. We have 1 copy of good old Cyberstein, triple copies of Space Rock, 1 Sprite Blue with your 1 Sprite Jet. We have 2 copies of the Branga, 2 copies of the Spriggans Brothers. We have 1 copy of Captain Sargass, 2 copies of Spriggans Kit, triple copies of Rocky, and 1 copy of Therion King Regulus. And then, of course, we have 1 Brandon and High Spirits, triple copies of Crossout Designator, triple copies of Gold Gundala, 2 copies of Smashers. We have 2 copies of the Booty, triple copies of the Watch, triple copies of Tally Ho, and then we have triple Imperm, and 1 copy of the Double Cross. And then down the extract, we have the 1 Genius with the 1 Platinum Gadget. We have 1 copy of the Explorer with 2 Merrymaker, 1 Digin Buster with 1 Gigantic Sprite, 2 copies of Captain Sargass, 1 Gigantex, 1 Gallant Granite with 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare, 1 Zeus, 1 copy of the Iron Dash, and of course, the card that your opponent doesn't want to see touchdown, and I'll tell you why. His name is Exterio, and he doesn't let the opponent have any fun. We also have triple copies of Book of Eclipse, 2 copies of Enemy Controller, 1 Harpy's Featherduster with triple copies of Lightning Storm, triple copies of Dimensional Bear, and triple copies of No Fun Allowed, Evenly Matched, wrapping up, well, your Spriggans good stuff. Not really much else to add about this. I will say that, once again, very happy to see that Spriggans is performing out here. Next up here, we have Evil Eye. Robbie, you hyped this deck up for like 3 weeks. Why is it just now showing up? Well, here's the answer to that absurdly hard question. It just needed time to kind of figure things out. I mean, you're playing a slow control deck that kind of wants to play like there can only be one and things to kind of gridlock the opponent. We are not playing any floodgates in this list, which I find a little bit weird because those are usually the things that make this... Okay, excuse me. I guess one goes in match counts, but those are usually the things that make this deck feel very, very strong into, you know, capturing the 1-for-1 game. So we have one copy of Familiar of the Evil Eye. We have two other copies of Bali Strice, also our Evil Eye friends. We have triple Effect Veiler with one copy of The Watcher. Then we have triple copies of Space Rock and triple copies of Surziel. Then, of course, we have triple copies of Book of Eclipse, because best value. We have one Called by the Grave, with one Evil Eye Awakening. Triple copies of My Domain. We have triple copies of the Evil Eye of Gargonia. And then we have triple copies of the Evil Eye of Serene. And then we have triple copies of Evil Eye Unleashed. Probably the best card in the deck, honestly. We also have triple copies of Pot of Duality, triple copies of Pot of Extravagance, one Terraforming, then we have one Evil Eye Defeat, one Retribution, one Goes in Match, and triple copies of the Dino Nuggies. And then, of course, we have triple copies of Zurziel. We have one Nightmare Phoenix with triple copies of the Empress of the Evil Eye. We have one Geonator Transverser, one Boral Sword, one Chakanai, one Borbo. We have one Dugaris with one Exciton, one Zeus, and one Abyssaler. Then we got two Chaos Hunters, triple copies of Hadoken, one Arby's Feather Duster, triple Raigeki, your triple Twin Twisters, and triple copies of Dimensional Barrier here, wrapping up effectively one of the better variations that we've really had the chance to kind of showcase. Actually, this is the only variant that we've had the chance to showcase. Keep it up, Evil Eye players. I want to see some more. Next up here, I guess we're just changing gears here. Oh my. So we have Sky Striker. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sky Striker, where's it been? Well, to answer that question, with the loss of Mystic Mine, I mean, this deck kind of went back to the Stone Ages. And I mean, obviously with like Bystials being a little bit easier for a deck like this to incorporate, we just kind of went off the record for a little bit. Well, looks like we're back now, kind of showcase some new power. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. We have your one DD Crow with two copies of Effectular. We have triple copies of Space Rock with triple copies of Sky Striker Ace Ray. We have one Rose with one Change of Heart. Two copies of Forbidden Droplet with two copies of Pod Desires. We have one Rhoda with one Area Zero. We have one Afterburners with one Hornet Drones. We have one Shark Cannon with your triple copies of Take Your Opponent's Monster, good card. We have one Multi-Roll with one Engage. We have triple copies of Linkage, two copies of Talents, triple copies of Thrust, one Evenly Matched, and triple copies of Infinite Permanents here, wrapping up your main deck. Down in the extract, this is where things, I mean, with the loss of Alki Fibrax, I mean, you've had to adapt, right? Like, you've had to find new ways to do things. So we have two Zeke, two Shizuku, triple Shizuku, one Kaina, triple Kagari, your triple Hayate, your one Unicorn, your one Dahark, and your one Access Machine. And then your side decker, you have two Leoncia, two DD Crows, two Cosmic Cyclone, two Twin Twisters, your triple Dimensional Bear, your two Evenly Matched, and then, of course, two copies if there can only be one here. Wrapping up Sky Strike. You know, there were a lot of people out there last format that were really trying to, like, get away with 1 to 2 linkage. This is literally one of the best cards that the deck has going for it, just allowing you to literally capitalize on nothing. And it amazes me that players don't feel the same way about the card. It literally is one of the cornerstones for this deck getting the chance to do anything. And the last we have for you here is a... that's recycling batteries. I actually kid you not here. Let you target 2 Thunder monsters with 1500 or less attack in your graveyard and add them back to your hand. You do know that there's a Thunder, and a Thunder. I don't know if you've put that together yet, but recycling batteries allows you to refuel your entire Sprite combo. Yeah, it's cute. No other response. So we have triple copies of Astral Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of Fenrir. We have triple copies of the big giant space rock in the sky. We have 2 copies of Nimble Angler. We have triple copies of Nimble Beaver. We have triple copies of Sprite Blue with 1 Sprite Carrot. We also have triple copies of Sprite Jet with your 1 Sprite Red. Triple copies of Book of Eclipse, your 1 Change of Heart, your 1 Mind Control, your 2 Recycling Batteries with your 1 Gamma Burst. And then we have 1 Smashers, triple Starters, 1 Talents, 1 Thrust, triple Imperm, and 1 Sprite Double Cross. I'm glad to see that card is definitely getting more play now. We also have 1 Sprint, your 1 Avermax. This right here is like the reason why this deck's good. We have 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP with 1 Dahark, 1 Access Machine, 1 Soul Sweeper with 1 Digim Buster, 1 Ninja Shadow Mosquito, 1 Mannequin Cat, 2 Gigantic Sprite, 1 Zeus, and 1 Cat Shark. And we're actually siding a Jinzo. That's hilarious. 1 Red Resonator, 1 Feather Duster, triple Lightning Storm, 1 Talents, triple D-Barrier, triple Evenly Matched, and 2 copies of Trap Trick here. Wrapping up, well, your chunk of goodies today. So what do you guys think? Is there anything here you want to test? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.